from a security background, this is a good for you. If you are coming from a network firewall background, 700 is good for you. So no need to worry. So if you are coming from a network background, which I see most of the people 10 to 15 years experience coming from network and all those firewall experience, so 700 is good enough. So no need to worry. I'm starting from scratch. And these are the 3 independent certifications. So in this, first thing is I am going to give you this NW folder access to you. If you go to this NW folder access, you have 104, 500, 700 diagrams, migration labs, scripts, Visual Studio, and then you have welcome message, which normally I type day 1. So today is a day 1. And if you go deeply into the AZ700, so you will find this outline. It's a Microsoft outline. So we will start with this proper connectivity networks, then design hybrid, virtual WAN, then load balancers, express route, network security, web application security, DDoS, and then private access, and then monitoring. So all this we will discuss in this module. So you should get to know what we are covering, why we are covering. All this you will get to know in this one. Before that, now you see September 2024. So we have 10 attendees in the class. So I mentioned all the names, whoever joined this class. And now come to the day wise. So I've done 3-4 batches already for this. It's a 1 hour, but now it's a 2 hours. So little change, but topic is always with this. So we will start from course introduction, attendee introduction, then networks, and slowly we'll move on. So you should know what we are going to do in the upcoming time. You see? And second, day wise, I'll just change into the September. So outline is with you, Microsoft given. Day wise, you have roughly, it's 1 hour, little change because we are doing 2 hours. Then we have templates, some templates. Then we have labs. So what we are going to do day wise, we have the labs. So if you open this labs, you will get to know how to do network and everything, in step by step mostly. So I recommend everyone should do all the labs. And for doing labs, you have 2 options. 3 options, I can say. You need a login. So one is you can create a trial login with your debit card, something. 0 cost. You will get $200 1 month. Go to the google.com, get a pay as you go. Pay as you go means whatever you do, you pay. You do the lab, practice, delete the stuff. Your bill will not more than 500 rupees. And 500 is okay, right? We go for a movie. I think 500 is okay. Until unless, make sure you delete the stuff. If you're not delete the stuff, then there is a problem. It's a production subscription. And third, we have one option which I can also arrange, on behalf of the company with a one very small cost. I can arrange something which you'll get $100 credit 1 month. It's a Microsoft way, and you no need to use any credit card or debit card. These are the couple of options we have. I always recommend people to do this first. And later on, when last 2 days left out, you convert into the pay as you go and use this for a lifelong subscription for you. So these are the couple of methods which you can use to do the labs. So weekend, I will talk about explanation, demo, everything. Weekdays, whenever you get time, do some practice. And wherever you stuck, I will help you. And any point of time, you can ask any question with me. So Ravi Sheikh and all, they have one WhatsApp group also, I think. So if you put your name and number into the chat, Abhishek, all this you copy and paste it into that group, where Gaurav sir added the participant, right? So just share those number and try to add him in that official group. Abhishek, fine?
Yes, sir.
That one group, officially we have, so everyone, just put your name and number, and last, Abhishek, copy all these names and number and put it into one WhatsApp group, just for information perspective. Okay, so any question for me before I start the class?
Will this include a load balancing?
100%.
Okay.
You see, if I go to this AZ700, let me open this outline once again. And this, I'll give you this folder access in just 5 minutes. So you see, network, hybrid, load balancer, traffic manager, application gateway, with the web application, firewall, WAF, all those stuff. Fine?
Are you cover the express route?
Yes, access route is also here.
Okay.
See, anything related to network, everything we are covering. Don't worry. And based on the certification track also. And it's not a gray market course because I'm an official trainer for that. And we use official slide also on top of that. Don't worry. Any other question, guys, before I start? Yes, any question for me?
So when you gonna create the profile for us,
Which profile?
like a login?
That's what I'm saying. Login is you need to create your trial login, one option,
Yep.
one way, or long term, I recommend go to the google.com, purchase your pay as you go
Yep.
subscription. Just Google pay as you go, purchase a subscription. Do the labs, delete the stuff. Do the lab, delete the stuff. Your bill will not be more than 300 rupees in a month, maximum in a month. And if you don't want to use your credit card or debit card as a production subscription, then there is an alternative. You need to talk to the company and just pay a very small amount to the company. It is just for a helping end. With that, you will get $100 subscription for 1 month and no
Okay.
credit card, debit card. This is just a last option in case if you are not able to get these two.
All right.
Got my point?
Yep.
So, okay. So what is the difference? Trial and pay as you go? Yes, there is a difference. Trial, you use your debit card. They will not charge you any cost. And you will get $200 for 1 month. And once 28 days are over, you will get an email that you want to convert to pay as you go, yes or no. And you can convert. If you convert yes, the production subscription we have pay as you go. And pay as you go means whatever you do the stuff, nothing is free. You have to pay the bill.
No, after 28 days, you can create another account with another debit card.
I'll not suggest that. I always suggest to my people convert it to this one, and use it for a long term,
Uh,
because every month create a trial. Better is take one for long term. Yes or no? Correct?
yeah.
So see, okay, I'll ask you a simple question, We are experienced people getting good salary, medium salary at least I can say, roughly. And we go for a movie in a month, or 2 times, 3 times movie in a year. Everyone will go, right? You spend 2,000 rupees for a movie with some food, correct? 3 times is 6,000 rupees, roughly in a year. Per month is how much? 500 rupees. So for learning, if you spend 200, 300 rupees, whenever you do, then you spend, otherwise not required. And keep it for long term, it's not a negative, right? Correct? So I always suggest first preference, go with this, and 20 days are over, please convert and keep it for long term. And if by chance you are not able to get that, then I have a one contact with way we can get this $100 subscription with a very small cost and no credit card, no debit card. This is the last option, but
Okay.
1 month. So that's the last option in case if not possible, first and second option. So everyone, please put your phone numbers. This Ravishek, you can put this numbers, copy paste, put it in the group so that Gaurav sir can add all these people. Okay. Now
Yes.
finally, any question for me before I start? You should not have any doubt before I start. Any question? No?
No, sir. No.
Okay. If no questions, then I'll give you this NW access first. So go to the official NW, no, NW, NW, official lab access. No. NW. Share. So anyone can view. Expiry is month end, year end, sorry, and password 123 at NW. And you can view, you cannot delete and cannot download, means you can download as well. So if I copy this link, go to the private window and access this stuff, put the password. You have a master folder access with you. You cannot delete, but you can download the stuff. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So please just check. Just check, are you able to access?
Yeah, I can access.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
So your focus should be on which folder? Under NW. So you are attending 700 right now. Irrespective of 700, 500, 104. I have given everything to you. Okay.
Yep.
Looks good. Let's move on to the first topic. Today, day one will be little light topic. And not 2 hours also, because I don't want day one should be little stressful for you. So first day will be little light. You should be ready with the mindset that tomorrow onwards it will be little difficult level we are going to discuss. Okay, so now it's a network class. So we start with the VNet first, virtual network. And I'm moving as per device. If you have any doubt, you open this anytime and you get to know. You know, how we are going to move on. Okay, so now VNet, virtual network. Whenever you want to implement the networking in cloud or in Azure, you need to build a component called virtual network. Virtual network is typically like a DSCP server. What you know in your previous experience. Everyone knows private IP, public IP, private IP, IPv4. Everyone knows basics of networks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then you are expert, you know, because now you need to build the network. We called as VNet. In VNet, you need to define address space. The word is very important, address space. Address space is like a DSCP range. So I have defined the range 10.0.0.0.0. And if I do a 16, 16 means class B. Class B means 65,000 IP, right? Approximate. If I do /8, class A 16 millions. If I do /24, /24 means 254 IPs class C. So in cloud, normally we know 172 is a class B. Class B is like 65,000. Yes, it's 65,000, correct. Or we know 10 is class A. Class A means /8, 16 millions. But I can do 65 also. Sorry, 16 also. It's not hard and fast that 10 means 8 only. You can do 16 also. But if you do 16, 10 as a 16, 16 means class B range and 65,000 total IPs roughly. Make sense? So this slash, you decide how much IP you need. Yes, everyone, make sense?
Yeah.
And this is called overall range. Any IP allocated to anyone in your Azure, it's always allocated within this range. And locally, you define subnet 1, small chunks. After that, subnet 1 is my jump box. I will tell you what is jump box. This is my web subnet, web servers. This is my SQL subnet. So whatever the subnets as per your application, you define after that. And here, because my range is 10,000, so I have done 10,000. And here I've done 254 IPs and built my first VM. Because it's 10,000, my next subnet will be 10. Next subnet will be 20, and so on. And here I built my first VM also. Example. So this way, logically, you add on the things. And when you build my first VM, first 3 IPs are reserved in Azure. One for broadcast, one for gateway, one for future use. So first valid IP is IP number 4. Because I'm in a subnet 000, so IP will be 0004. This is 10. IP for this VM is 14. And this is 20. So first IP, valid IP for this is 24. Yes, everyone fine?
Yeah. So Azure doesn't use the first 3 IP address. Is reserved, isn't it?
First 3 IPs are reserved. Overall, if you know the networks earlier in on-premises, you know the
First
2
will be
IPs.
gateway, and second last will be the default. What do you say that 255 something?
See, in on-premises, in your Cisco term, right? When you done networking so many years, so 2 IPs are always reserved, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Here is 3 more. Overall, if you say 5, but if you say only in Azure, 3 extra, total is 5.
Yes.
That's it. If you remember that much, is more than enough.
Yeah.
So, and out of which 2 they said gateway, broadcast, all those things, and 1 is they said future use, means they are not disclosed. Maybe they use tomorrow. So if that much you remember, it's more than enough. But please remember, if 3, I'm not saying 5. I always use 3. There is somebody objected me, it's 5. No, it's not 5, it's 3. 2 are already there. I'm not including those 2. If you include those 2, then total is 5. First and last, what broadcast and all, right? So the actual valid IP for VM is IP number 4. Clear?
Yep.
Now next, if you build a second VM, example, or load balancer or anything else tomorrow. So it's a 24. What is the next IP here? 25. Definitely 24 is there, then 25. It's highly recommended if you put any application tomorrow, SAP. Customer said, I need some 3 servers used for SAP. So define another subnet number 4, SAP. Means you should not mix your SAP application into the SQL, something as a recommendation, as a best practice. Why? Tomorrow you put some firewall rules, different firewall rules for SQL, different firewall rules for SAP, the firewall things. So please make one simple rule. Any new thing comes, make a new subnet. Simple. Next, when you build a VM, it's a production VM, suppose. IP is IP number 4. This IP is valid for 136 or 137 years as a dynamic. And if you shut down this VM for 5 minutes, maintenance, another admin built a new VM for some other purpose. This IP they allocated to this guy because the IP is free, shut down. So in production, if you want IP should not be changed for a VM, it's recommended that you should do it as a static. Clear? Yes, everyone, clear?
Yes.
And Azure works on a region specific. No, it's not a different cost. Public IP static is a cost. Private IP static is no cost. So now Azure is a region specific. What does it mean? I built my network in a region called East US. And I done some subnet, and try to build one VM. If I choose a VM location East US by chance, they will allow me to select the network and they allow me to select the subnet because VM is also in a East US and my VNet is also in a East US. That it's perfect. But there is a situation where I, by mistake, try to select a VM in the West US. I'm not able to select this VNet, not able to select the subnet. This VNet is not visible because it's a East US. Indirectly, if you need a VNet in the West US, you need another VNet into the West US because it's a region specific. You cannot do it in Azure. VM is in West US and VNet is in East US. That is not possible. Everything is region specific.
So the region, it has to be matched with the resource group, what region is, and then VM has to be matched with the
yeah, resource group is I have created in East US.
Yeah.
Suppose. But inside this, I can create a VM in the West US. It's possible.
Okay.
So, but what is the best practice? If my resource group is in East US, I make sure my VM also in East US. If I need a VM in the West US, then I recommend you should have a resource group also in a West US. That's a highly recommended. But this cross is also possible.
Yeah, because sometimes it doesn't show the, I think the IP address.
Correct.
For the,
That's what I'm saying. Please make a note. Resource group is in East US. Make sure you're all the things in a East US. If you need something in a West US, by chance, make sure your resource group is also in a West US. Simple as that. Easy.
Yeah.
Anyone who is not aware resource group, please tell me. If anybody in this class not aware what is resource group, anybody? Everyone aware resource group?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So now, so that's called the VNet first. Inside VNet, there is one option is there, connected devices. So here you will see VM1, NIC card. You will say it will show you subnet 1. So NIC card with the VM name connected with subnet 1 and IP allocated is 04. You can see everything, how many machines connected to this VNet, Another NIC card, it will show you connected to subnet 2 and IP is 14. So easily you get to know which VM is connected with which NIC and this NIC attached to which subnet and this subnet linked what IP. So all those you can do it, check. And when you go to the NIC card, you can directly see it's a dynamic or static. All these options you can check anytime. Next, I have subnet 1, I have subnet 2, I have VM1, I have VM2, I have one VM2 here. So, okay, I want one VM in subnet 1, one VM in subnet 2. But by mistake, I deploy both the VM in subnet 1. What is the IP for this VM? And IP will be number 5, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Means by mistake, with these two IP, easily you get to know both the VM in the same subnet. Logically, it has to be 1.4 if I need a second VM in second subnet. So you can move the VM, you know. So when you move, indirectly the NIC card is moved. NIC card belongs to this, attached to the subnet, will move here. And once it's moved here, it become 1.4. Make sense?
Yeah.
So move is possible across the subnets. So, and what is the best practice when you create a VNet? I will talk about in depth tomorrow, most probably, or next class, next week. Just only one best practice, short, no deep discussion right now. That when you build a VNet today, anytime, I am working as a team B, you know, Azure team, and you guys are working as a Cisco super expert guys, right? Team A, right? So I am not going to create a VNet blindly, right? So I will consult with you guys. Hey Rohit, you are a Cisco admin, super admin, 10 years, genius people. Tell me what range you are using, you know, something. So, you know, reason is tomorrow I will build my router in Azure and we do some VPN things, you know. So technically I want what IP range I am using here. It should not have any conflict with the existing one. Yes or no? Do you agree? Yes, guys.
Yes.
More details we'll see. But just one line you remember. Make sure, try at least the VNet range what you are using, it should not have any conflict with the existing IP. So that tomorrow you can do VPN servicing and all those stuff. It's a design practice as a best practice. More details we'll see that. Any question for me so far?
No, sir.
So Anis, Raz, Munirul, Asif, Bhupender, Ishad,
No.
Nimai, Prashant, Rahul, Ravishek, Rohit, Sandesh, and Vinay. Any question?
No,
No.
sir.
No, sir. No.
Everyone happy? Good? The way we are doing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Speed is also fine.
Yes, sir.
Diagram is also fine. Okay. When we built a VM, by default, if you are not doing any changes, you will get a green IP and you will get a red IP, both IP. Green IP I called as private IP and red IP I called as public IP. So you are sitting anywhere in the world with your home internet, you can connect to the VM with a public IP. That's okay for learning. You log in, do the stuff. It's good, no problem for learning, which I'll show you in few minutes. But when you work for a company, we recommend that we should not have a public IP at all as a best practice. Because if we have a public IP, there's a Korean guy sitting on Korea, they can do some DOS attacks, denial of service attack. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So we need a DDoS protection, which we will see later on. So first important statement, by default, you will get public IP. If you are learning, do the stuff, no problem. In production, public IP should not be there. Simple. So public IP should not be there. Then it means the VM have only the green IP. So anybody wants to connect or want to connect from anywhere in the world, it has to come to the private IP. It's always, if any connection is established to a private IP, it always be secure. For that, we need a VPN, some other solution that we will see that. But as of today, you remember one line, 2 lines. By default, public IP will be there. For learning, it's fine. Production VM should not have public IP. It should have only private IP. And we have some secure methods to connect these VMs with the private IP. And those secure methods we need to learn at later stage, at least. And what are these secure methods? Let's do talk about those methods also. So I make one diagrams list. So connect Azure VM securely. Just 1 second. Okay, so now securely we have solution cloud only and hybrid. Hybrid means you're sitting in office, your router, your VNet, my router, and then VPN kind of or express route. We'll see those scenarios later stage. Solution in the cloud, only in Azure. So we have 2 solutions, Jumpbox and Bastion Host. What is Jumpbox? As I said, production VM should not have a public IP. Based on that statement, there is a one solution. And the solution is make one subnet as a public subnet and make your VM as a red VM. Red means public IP. And other production VMs are in different subnet with a green. So admin or anybody cannot connect because green. They land into this jump box and from there it connect privately because they have a by default communication between all the subnets. All are part of same VNet. So that nobody can do a DOS attack on the public production machines. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, everyone. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Next is what is second solution? Second solution is Bastion host. So you need all the production VM have private IP. And you deploy one subnet, very dedicated subnet. Subnet means subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3, and one dedicated subnet called
So
Bastion
you
subnet.
mentioned that logging through the Bastion like SSH or RDP.
Yeah. I'm coming. I mean, just 1 minute. So to deploy this service, you need to deploy a very dedicated subnet first. A caps, B caps, S caps, case sensitive. If I put A capital, B and A also capital, it will not work. So they need this dedicated name, case sensitive name subnet. /26 they need recommended as a subnet. And you deploy this service. The service got one public IP. So any admin or any user connect to this portal, log into the portal, and from there it start the TLS 443 session. And with the help of this service, it connect the VM. And good news is this VM have only private IP. So it redirected the session with 3389/22. So you can do Linux or RDP, both SSH, but with using private IP. Make sense? And there is no public IP on these VMs. The main difference between both the methods, I'm not saying which one is the best. You take a call for me. Both are almost okay. Only in Azure Bastion, one add-on value or one important point, admin has to log into the portal. Without portal login, you cannot use this service, cannot do the connection. In the jump box, the RDP login, this portal login is not mandatory. So you admin log into the one jump box machine, from jump box to the prod machine. So the dependency on the portal login is not there in the previous method. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. So I'm creating my first VNet. I'm selecting my resource group, East US, VNet number 1. And now come to the address space 10.0.0.16. As I said, you select /8. /8 means 65,000, 16 millions, /16. That you decide whatever you want. It's all up to you. By default, you have a default subnet. You delete this, add a subnet. Subnet number 1. So default, Azure for Bastion, Azure for Firewall. So I'm doing default and give a name. Subnet name 01 jump box. This is my first subnet, jump box. Second subnet is my subnet 2 is my web application 10. So you see 0010. Another subnet is my Bastion host. When I select Azure Bastion, can you see the subnet name?
Yeah.
Azure Bastion. If you are not doing this, manually also you can create later on. That's not a problem. So I'm not doing right now. So review and create. So I have only 2 subnets right now. One is jump box and one is web subnet. I'm creating a virtual machine. So I'm doing my first VM. VM1. Because it's a jump box VM, I put a JP. JP means with public IP. So make a Windows 11, no problem. Give a name. So I'm not doing any changes because it's with public IP. RDP is allowed, no problem. RDP allowed. This is the license term. Disk, I'm not doing any change. Network. So I'll make sure it's VNet, it's in jump box, and it's with public IP. So three things I make sure it's there, and it allow the RDP as a port. So it's become my jump box. Second, I'm doing a second VM. Is my web. It's a prod VM. It's a server VM. And because it's a prod VM, so I decided nobody can come publicly RDP. So one change, none. And I'll make sure it's in the jump box on the second subnet. And I'll make sure there is a no public IP. Can you see, guys?
Yeah.
So two changes, no RDP, none, and public IP, none.
Because you log in through the Bastion, that's right.
Either Bastion or either through Jumpbox. I don't want publicly anybody connect over internet, my prod VM. That's why no public IP, simple, more secure. Now, this is to deploy 2-3 minutes. Now, next thing is, assume you don't have a Jumpbox solution in your company for the time being. Now, let's try what is Bastion's solution. For Bastion solution, I told you that we need a dedicated subnet called A caps, B caps, Azure Bastion subnet. So go to the subnets. You have two subnets. You can add new subnets. You have connected devices. So we have two connected devices, which is coming up, you see VM1 jumpbox prod web 00414, and it belongs to. So you get to know how many machines you have. So if I go to the subnets, I'm creating a new subnet. And the subnet name is Azure Bastion. So automatically he picked up and /626, automatically he's happy and create a new subnet. So this way you created a subnet, A caps, B caps, S caps. And now I'm deploying a service called a Bastion subnet. So today is your homework. Everyone, please make a note. And the homework is, this is a resource group, VH Bastion host for VNet number 1. So this bastion host is linked with the VNet. So any VM belongs to this VNet. You can securely connect all the VMs with this bastion host. Sorry, the bastion host. So you see, I've given a name, region, high availability, zone 1, it's okay. Or high availability, you leave it, no problem. And please make a note, everyone, homework. What is the difference between basic, standard, and premium in the bastion host? That you need to make a table. You do Google, you do whatever. Yes, homework is clear?
Yes.
Example, don't do Google right now. Homework means homework. In the evening, you check. Example, basic, you can have 20 connections only. Standard, you have little more connections. Some differences is there that you need to search on the documentation. Okay, link with which network? Automatically picked up the Bastion subnet. So I have not done any special thing, you see. Give a name, region, no high availability, standard, VNet, Bastion subnet, and then public IP. Whatever my Bastion host, I mentioned that public IP so that tomorrow easily I recognize this public IP is for this Bastion host and deploy the service. After 10 minutes, Bastion host will be ready.
So you create all the VM is the Windows, isn't it? Can you create one Linux as well, please?
See, here we are not learning Linux and Windows. You know, here's a network. If you are a Linux admin, for example, you create a Linux VM, that's not
No,
problem, you know.
Is there any people?
Which one?
No, VM Linux one.
That's what I'm saying. When you do in the evening tomorrow practice, right? You can create a Linux VM. See, here VM is just an example to see the IPs and other stuff, right? So when you do the practice, instead of Windows, you create a Linux VM, no problem, you know. So now you see this is IP, public IP. Can you see everyone? Jump box, public IP is there. And this is a prod VM is having no public IP. You see? Number one. Number two, when you go to the VM, VNet and connected devices, so you can see 04 and 14. Easily you get to know that we have two devices and one Bastion OS is also running 04 and 14. And if you go to the 04, means the jump box, you will see very carefully public IP is also attached. And I can go to the IP config. I can move this VM to the subnet 2 and save. So this is the way NIC card you change from subnet 1 to 2. I'm not doing right now. Okay. So now how to do a static? I'll go to my production VM, which I want IP should not be changed. So I go to the production VM, go to the network settings, NIC card. You see prod web with some numeric number NIC card. And there is IP config, dynamic, primary. And here dynamic I change as a static. Same IP as a static. So this IP cannot be changed now. So this way you know how to do the static. Now I'm logging into my prod VM, sorry, the web VM, Jumpbox VM with the public IP. Any Linux admin here? So now I log in my jump box. So I go to the command line. So you see, IP is 4, jump box, DNS is 168 something 63. And this DSCP IP is valid for, can you see? 2160. 2160 valid. 2160 years minus today is 2024. So 136 years valid. Can you see? Now I'm taking RDP into RDP. 10014. It's my server VM. Reset. So now RDP into RDP. and no public IP involved. Now, my Bastion host is also ready. So if your Bastion host is ready, any VM, if you say there's no public IP, you can connect with the very option connect via Bastion. So connect is a secure way without exposing your public IP. And you will get a BST web session available as a web session. This is the same server VM and 10.0.1.4 IP. 10.0.1.4 broad web. Yes, everyone, good?
Yes.
So today is day 1. Course introduction, attendees, what is VNet, best practices, IP address, static and dynamic, how to create a VM, how to connect, how to move, how to do jump box, and how to do what is a secure connectivity. And lab also be done. The lab number 2. Yes or no, guys?
So the same lab we're gonna practice, isn't it?
Yes, these labs I have given to you as a lab folder. You can practice this in weekday anytime. Weekend, I recommend don't do anything because once you this study, just so overall what you need to do from your end is we can attend the class. Family and other things also you need to take care. So based on that, my recommendation is simple attend the class. In few hours, you will get the recording, check the recording weekday, WD, anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime, 1 hour, 2 hours. Lab also you do with weekday. If you want to do weekend, you do. That's what I'm not saying, but casually half an hour you get time anywhere, then to do the labs. Somewhat you need to do this. Saturday, whatever we are doing. Before you come to the next class, you should do some basic things so that next time when you come, if you have any question, then you can answer. You can discuss those questions as well. And definitely one homework I have given, the difference between basic, standard, and premium Bastion host differences, that also you need to make a document. Fine?
Yeah.
Yes, everyone, fine?
Yes. Can you sir share
Yeah.
the link to your portal link?
Portal link, just now I've given, right?
Yes, yes.
Let me give again. Copy paste on the chat. Can you check now?
Yes, sir.
NW master folder access, password, and the link. Please save this in your document. Make a one Word file, save it. Every time when you need to open this master folder link only. What is a common mistake people do? Let me show you the common mistake. Day 1, they access the link. Okay, first time, and then they copy this link. That will not work. Can you see? If you copy this link after open the link, it's actually change the link. Can you see? It become a SharePoint link, and it will never work tomorrow. So it work only whenever you do every time the original link, the master link. So I recommend everyone, please open the master link. Master link never end with equal to 1. But once you open the link, it will change to equal to 1. Equal to 1 means access is granted. It's a permission. So please save this link for entire 3-4 months, And once this course is over, you can download all this stuff locally to your laptop. And how you can access without download? You see, Now you go to the AZ700, go to the labs, go to AZ700, go to day one, and first lab is Bastion host. Open this on a browser. Without download also, you can access all the labs. Fine. Yes, everyone, good?
Yep.
And don't forget one last thing. Once you're done, 1 hour, delete the stuff. So I have done. It's a 1.5 hour today. 9 to 10:30 roughly. And now delete the stuff. Just to save cost. Delete the entire resource group. Copy the resource group name. Paste it. Force delete. This don't forget to save some cost. No need to wait. It take 10 minutes, but everything will be deleted. Only make sure the deletion is actually kickstarted. That's it. So if no question, we'll wind up this class here and we'll see you tomorrow 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes, everyone happy with the way we are doing? All good?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. All good.
One
Thank
more
you.
request, sir. What is the password, sir? Actually, you last time you shared.
Boss, I have given the password. Can you see? Password -123 NW. Can you see on the chat?
Hello.
Are you able to see the chat?
Yes, but yes, I got it. Password. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Yes. Any
Hello,
other
hello.
question? Yes, please.
I have one question.
Hmm.
So you have created this jump box, right? So
Hmm.
only two people can log into the jump box simultaneously, right?
No, that is a terminal server access. Like like in IT we have a terminal server. How many people can connect simultaneously? That's a different license. But here my
Correct.
question is,
Mhm. So
how many? Tell me.
if suppose if I don't want that the people can directly access my Azure VMs, I want one jump box to be created.
Correct.
Right. So
Right.
what kind of license are required? Some RDP or RDS license are there, right?
That's what I'm saying. 2 licenses always be there per session, per VM.
Mm-hmm.
If you need more than that, then it's a RDS license is required
Okay. Okay.
simultaneously.
How any cost or some documentation you
RDS
have?
is
Because
RDS is a cost, yes. And what I given a homework to you is, say example you have 5 admins. Assume,
mm-hmm.
okay, you created 5 Jumpbox VM example, and each admin you given 1 VM for the RDP purpose, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Mr. A log into the server 1, Jumpbox 1, and from there he connect n number of VMs after that, correct? Down the line.
Correct.
So my question is, how many admins concurrently use Jumpbox? Sorry, the Bastion host solution. Sorry, Bastion host, not Jumpbox. The Bastion host solution. So, okay, let me tell you in a simple way. Suppose, assume you have 3 admins in your company,
Mm-hmm.
and you have done this Bastion Jumpbox solution. Suppose in Jumpbox solution, in Jumpbox solution, if you have 3 admins, what do you do normally? Give one admin, one VM for each admin, correct? So if you are a
Mm-hmm.
Mr. A, you log in Mr. A this machine, and then further you log into the prod VM, correct? If you are a Mr.
Correct.
B, you log into the second VM, and then you further, simple. That is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a best practice. Now, if you are doing a Bastion host solution, Bastion host means one admin log into the portal, and they connect one VM, with a secure way with a Bastion host. Another admin log into the another portal, and another VM they can connect. So all this they can access with a Bastion host, single Bastion host. So in single Bastion host, you have a 3 plan, right? Basic, standard, and premium. So these have some cost. So definitely costs have some benefits also, right? Like with one Bastion host, you can connect only 100 VMs at a time, 200, these are all NVMs. So just check the differences. What is the difference between Bastion host and all? And what you are saying is, if somebody already connected to the VM, can another admin can also connect the same VM? That's called simultaneously connection. That's we need a terminal service license. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah,
No.
what I have seen since I am also working in Azure. So in Azure, they have created some jump box. Around 5 jump box are there. So suppose we have some developer teams. So they have decided that this VM can be allocated to development team. This can be
Correct.
admin team, right?
Correct.
So some kind of licensing they have used. I think CL call license or something is there in those RDP servers.
See, that's what I'm saying. There are by default 1 or 2 concurrent session is allowed. Simple. So now,
Correct.
okay, let me answer in a simple way. Okay, now see, very simple. One example: developer number 1 and developer number 2. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
To land into the network, you need some landing thing. So he land into one jump box machine. This is fine.
Correct.
This is developer 2. This is, you can say, jump box number 1. So indirectly we have a couple of subnets, and this is my jump box, and we have a 2 VMs. One I have given to developer 1, one I have given to developer 2. Up to this is correct.
Yeah.
From there, he connect to what are the prod VMs,
Right.
correct? So he connect to this prod VM, he connect to this prod VM, whatever it is. That's not a problem. This is fine.
Yeah.
Now, what you said, for this, license is not required.
Correct. Because two simultaneously connection
Simultaneously is
can
allowed.
go.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you need more than that, then you need an additional license.
Okay. On the jump box, some
No,
RDS
not
service.
jump box. No, not jump box. No. Because jump box I already given a dedicated, right? 1-to-1. Not required.
No. It does not work that way because if we are creating so many jump box, we are giving more cost to company, right? So itself
Oh,
on jump
okay.
box.
You
Yeah.
mean to say instead of creating a 2 VMs as a jump box, one only we put a CAL license. That's what you're saying?
Correct. That's what is
That's
happening.
alternative,
Right.
yes, because of cost. That's
Correct.
possible. Correct. I agree. Means if you're saying this is a little for 4 admins, actually we have done 4 VMs. And we done a very smaller VMs, $10 VM, not much. Right? $10 is not. And I will check what is a CL license. So what you are saying, instead of 2 VMs, one only, and make a CAL license. So
Correct. Some license
correct.
can be given.
Correct.
And
Then in that case, what is the
save
solution
cost.
then? Then one admin, another admin, or any admin connect to the same VM as a jump box, because we already have a CAL license.
Correct.
Means multiple session possible, and from there he connect to the any of the prod VM. That's what you are saying.
Yeah.
Yes. If it is a cost effective, it's a good solution then. Alternatively.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So that process, I just wanted to know if you know like how this CAL license, how we can make this jump box, so many admins or user can connect to this jump box.
So that's what I'm saying. For that, it's a CAL license which we need to enable it on the VM. So nothing else. It's like any extra configuration is not required. This CAL license is allow us that multiple people can connect. And it's a traditional license for the servers we have, So it's nothing from Azure end, we no need to do. Your license team normally give a license to us and we activate that license. It's called CAL or RDS sessions, multiple sessions. So it's just a license, nothing else. Azure, and we no need to do anything, So
Okay. We
it's
need
a
to
RDS.
activate it?
We need to activate it. Yes.
Okay.
You see, RDS cal, nothing else.
Thanks.
Means it is a server thing, not as a Azure thing. And once you've
Yeah,
done that,
yeah.
this is having a capability. It start with a 3 to 300 also, based on what we purchase. So once we activated that, if it is 30, then 30 admin can connect the same VM at the same time.
Okay, sure.
Like that.
And we have virtual WAN labs as well, because
Yes, virtual lab.
in
Yes,
my environment, virtual WAN is there, and it's quite scalable.
Yes,
So
we have
okay,
all the labs,
thanks.
virtual WAN also.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, good. Any other question?
No.
Okay, then see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much for joining this class, and see you tomorrow sharp 9 o'clock. Cal is like, see, Cal RDS, client access license with RDS, remote desktop services. If that license is extra activated, hundreds of admin can connect to the one VM at the same time. That's called multiple simultaneously access. For that, we have a separate license. That is what he's saying. So he's saying instead of making one machine for each admin for RDP, it's a better solution. He's adding that point that one VM only, we add a cal. So it means one jump box only, and multiple admin can connect because we have a cal license. And from there, we connect to the prod VMs, like that. So that is fine. If we are cost effective in that case, CL, it's a better solution then, no doubt. But in my one project, we done just $10 VM, 600 rupees, nothing else. So 800 rupees. So I will recheck that point also, that what is exactly per license, because I know we will not get like one or two. It's a numbering 5, 10, multiply by some numbers like 5 sessions, then 10. Based on that numbers, I think we are getting. I will check that cost also. But in short, if that is a cost effective, then definitely it's better to make one VM and add a cal license on top instead of making an individual VM as a RDP or jump box. Okay. Thank you.